Okay, welcome back guys. So carrying off from what we left off. So actually working on the face, so let's continue from using our reference image to make some more adjustment on the face. Just tweaking the jaws a bit more. Just push this down to a more topological brush. Okay. Then let's see. So I have a reference image. So I'm also kind of create this cheekbone and lower part of the cheekbone. Let's try to replicate that in our reference image also, but then keeping in mind our major reference image of this guy, so we don't go off what we're trying to create. So it's a standard brush. Let me just carve a line like so. Let me repeat that. Let me do that with the reference image now, something like so. Doesn't that do anything? Let me do that. I think I might do this. Let me just do that again. Put this in. Okay, now we have something. Okay, we have something in there now. Just pull this out to remove topological brush. Okay, I'm doing this again. Okay, now we can see something in there now. We can move topological brush. Let me adjust the nose a bit more. Let me widen this a bit more. You can see this. Let me just show you guys what I'm trying to do next now. So you can see this line that cuts across from the eye all the way below the cheekbone. So let me try and create that also. Something from that goes around across like so. So there are also the other forms too that we need to create also. So let's just do that one after the other. Let me take a look at the reference image we have in here. So I can do this based off the reference image. Okay, so let me see. Let me find a good angle for this. Just kind of do a cut line. So something like from around here upwards towards the nose. Let me look for a good angle for this. So them standard brush, something like so. No, that's way too aggressive. Let me take down the size and just repeat that again. Something like this should be fine. Now just smooth that out like so. Okay. I'm just going to fix in here. That's our standard brush now. Let me just kind of create this center line on the upper part of the lip. Something like so should be fine. Something like so should be fine. Okay. Just see. We're still far off anyways, but we'll get there slowly. We'll slowly get there. So it's always good practice also to kind of work on this a little bit and then go off. Go off. When you come back maybe after a few hours or probably even the next day, you have a fresh eye to spot issues or regions you have not corrected yet. So it's always good practice to kind of go off the screen for a while so you can get a fresh mind to work on the model again. So I'm just gonna create this now underneath the eye. So we should have something that corresponds. Okay, just making sure our reference our model is in place. Okay, just working on the nose just a bit small. So it's mostly just repetitive process on various angles. Whenever I see something you feel like you should correct, you just go right in and then correct it. There's no straight formula that says this is how the nose should be on every single model because every single person has a different shape of nose, even though based on ethnicity, it might be similar, but as an individual, there's something always slightly different for each particular person. And then you want to try and incorporate that in your model, especially when you're working for going for a likeness sculpt. Just adjust this a bit more, adjust the nose a bit more. Okay. So standard brush. Let me just carve something around. Let me just carve around the nose. Yeah, something like this. So let me make this eye a bit more, just on that part of the eye a bit more obvious. So just carve that with the them standard. So this is the more this is the higher subdivision level, just one step higher. Okay, with a clay build up brush, let me fill around it. Just gonna fill around it and then I'll smooth that back down. Okay, so I'm just smoothing that back down. So for the forehead, I think I'm going to flesh that out a bit more also. So something like around like so. Let me increase the brush size. I'll just fill around it like so. And I'll just smooth that back down. Okay. Okay, what else can we adjust now? So I move topological brush. That region there, I think I need to push that region inwards. That region needs to be inwards. Let me push this in like so with a move topological brush. Just push this in and just smooth that out. It doesn't have reference me does not really have that in there. Though it does, but not so much, not so much as the one that came with the base mesh. So I'm just smoothing that out. Okay. So clay builder brush. Make carve something like so. Those kind of needs to kind of more fleshiness around that upper part of the eyelid. Just position this again. Just the same standard brush. I'll just carve a line on the top part of the nose, on the upper part of the nose, and all across like so, something like this. Okay. Okay. Let me just check this reference image. Let's get a closer view on this. I'll just separate this and I'll smooth that out. But I'm not using the standard brush kind of carve out like a separation in the center of the forehead, or rather just below the forehead. Let's see. Same for this under part of the lips. Around the let me kind of carve out just the under part, just the under part of the lips. Something like so with our standard brush. Okay. Okay. Let me just fill this up. Just adding more fleshiness around that part with our clear build up brush. I'll smooth that back down. Just fill this up and smooth that back down again. So we're going to be working on this front part of the view for the most part. So we can capture most of the detail we can find on this front part of the reference before switching to another reference image to work with. Let's see. Right. This this year, let me see if we can adjust this. Oh, you don't want to do this too much also because it might just look weird when you just oh it looks weird, it looks weird. Let me undo that. Need to undo that. That looks really weird. That looks off by far. Looks way too off. So I might just leave this as it is. I'll adjust that later on. Let me just lower let me just lower this some more. Just keep this right position. I'm just kind of adjusting the ear slightly. Just pushing this out and just pull like so. Just get an average ear in there. We'll still fix that later on anyways, but just get something good enough at least for now. We'll tweak that later on. So we also have the side view of the ear, so maybe I can use this as a temporary reference to kind of probably work on the or maybe make some corrections on the ear a bit more. But I'm basically just checking this to see what else you can adjust in here. So back to our main reference, the main reference image we're using for the front view. So for this part of the jaw, for this part of the jaw, let's kind of carve out with our dem standard brush something in there. I'm going to show you guys what I'm trying to do now. So just in between the jaw and the lips, I want to carve out a line in there. I'm going to try to figure out how the shape of that line should be. Let me look for another reference image that will give me a better idea of how the shape of the line should be. Okay, something like so. This lower part, I think something like so should be fine. So I'll just go with our dem standard brush, like so. Let me show you guys what I just did. Something like this should be. Something like this should be fine. It's a clay build-up brush. Okay, no, that's way too intense. Way too intense. Let me take down the brush size. Do something like so. No, undo that. Let me do that again. Now smooth that back in. I don't know. I think my ZBrush is just for probably saving, probably doing an auto save at the background or something. Yeah, it's back on. Yeah, this here. Just use my move topological brush first. Tweak this here just a bit. Just tweak this here a bit. Nothing too complicated, just slight tweak on that. Okay. Let me just look for a better angle. I want to adjust the jaw. No, I want to adjust the jaw. Or the cheekbone, then just push this out like so. Okay. Just taking this from this angle. So it's always good to kind of check this from the top view also, so you can be sure of how the model is kind of framing up. So you can see if you can make some adjustment to this. So I'm using this other mascap gray material now. Let me just position this the way it was before again. Okay. So I'm just looking at the jaw now. I need to make some corrections for the jaw. Just find a good angle for this. Just see. Okay. For the cheekbone, let me raise this up a bit. Just raise this out. Just raising this out. For the jaw, let me just push this out also. Kind of get the flow of that transition around that. And just make this feel more angular. Okay. I think it bends too much. I might need to make some more corrections in there. So I'm going to take a similar brush set and then just pull. Okay, let me fill this in first. Now smooth that out. Okay. Let me use a move topological brush now. I can just like so, something like so. Just tiny touch, almost unnoticeable touch, but I actually do something in there. Okay. For the nose, I think I still need to make some correction. Abby, let's see. Now this nose it feels more like a Caucasian nose, but we'll fix that later on when we're working with our profile view or side view rather. see, just checking what else I can adjust in here. The clay builder brush, let me just fill up this part some more. Okay, let me see how that plays out. Just fill that up, just fill this up, and I'll smooth that back down. Let me just do an indentation in there, and I'll smooth that back down also. Okay, so it takes a lot of adjustment and filling up for the facial muscles or facial fat parts to kind of get something looking realistic, close to a human face. If not an actual human face, and not a stylized model. But there's quite a lot, like a lot going on in the human face. If it was for other parts of the body, it has more like a universal. It has more of a universal general shape you can just go for. When it comes to the face, there's a lot going on, a lot. So you have to be really careful and try to touch up every single muscle structure and bone structure and fat part structure you have on your on the head, kind of get a really good believable human face in there, or human head in there. Let me just adjust this some more. This brow ridge, let me just adjust this some more. Let me see. Okay, then standard brush. Let me just carve a center line there, like so. Okay. That feels too intense though. Let me just smooth that back down. I don't want this to be too aggressive because on the actual model it does not look that aggressive, but just to have something in there anyways. So many corrections to be made. So we still have quite a long way to go. Quite a long way to go. But you'll be surprised how everything later comes together with just small, minor adjustment and touches on various parts of the face. And just carve something like so. Now smooth that back down. So use a clay builder brush to kind of add some more flesh to that, and I'll smooth that back down. Okay. I'll fill this up also. I kind of eliminate some of that line added in there, and also smooth that back down. Smooth that back down. Okay. And you have to be really careful also when working on the face. You don't want to. Another thing you need to be careful is you have to be really gentle on this. Add and massage. We'll use the down standard brush and massage down, smoothing things back down. Because when you go too aggressive on it, it begins to give some kind of, I don't know how do I explain it. Like it begins to have you begin to have too much bumps all over the face that kind of spoils the organic, smooth or massage nature of the face. That is depending on the character you're working on actually. So, but if you notice very much in here, anytime I make corrections to this, I kind of smoothing that down, way down, just for it to just kind of catch some soft shadow in there, basically. Then I continue working on the model. That's generally there. Even though the face feel organic, you don't want to kind of go too heavy handed on it and kind of damage the softness of the face. Except if you're working for some particular creature, maybe some kind of creature that does not look anything close to anything in real life, then you can go ahead and then mess up the face. But aside from that, even though you're working for a creature, you still want to keep in mind those anatomical structures of a human face. That is if you want to have a human-like creature model. So we still go to using anatomical references also of real world examples to kind of create that too. So So that's like general idea you want to kind of keep in mind while working on organic models that look close to organic model that look close to something you might find in real life. So enough talk. Let's just carry on with this. So let me kind of fix. Let me take this down. I can dig this even a bit more. Now smooth that back down. Okay. I'm guessing if we work, I'm guessing we're able to work with this. Not if when we work with this up to like 2 hours. Well, I'm not that fast, so that's I'm giving this an estimate of 2 hours. So you should be having something good enough to work with, something that does not look too basic anymore, like the base mesh where we had underneath this. So I want to focus a bit on the focus more on the eyes now. So I'm just gonna capture some of the details I have on the eyes in there. Let me use them standard brush with the lower size. Kind of dig this in and fill that up. Okay. Let me just something like so. Make an indentation in there. Let me show you guys what I did. Something like so. Okay. Let me just remove that in. Another idea is to when you create an effect on your model, if it does not look good, just undo and recreate that. You don't have to smooth that in and then redo on top of that. That will kind of mess up the that particular region of the face. You're kind of doing repeated motions without undoing what you did before and then doing that on top of it in a very fresh way. I don't know if that makes sense. And basically, once I make an effect, it does not look good, I undo and do that again fresh. So let me just make this indentation here. So you can see that part of the eyes. Let me just use the gem standard brush to do something like so. Just dig it in some more, like so. So those subtle changes that kind of capture the realism of the face. So with my clay builder brush, I'm kind of filling that up. So with standard brush now, I'm kind of digging this in again. So now I'm zooming out again just to see what I've done in there. Yeah, that is too far. That's too far off. That's way far off. Let me get closer. Don't do that far. So somewhere around here. Now smooth that back down. Just fill this up. Let me see what I have in there. So let me go down a bit more. Keep filling that up down a bit more. Okay. So smooth that back down. Okay. Let's see. How can we adjust in here? How can we adjust in here? Okay, maybe I should let me work a bit more on the eyes. Let's keep working a bit more on the eyes. So no, I want to kind of max out the eyes so I can just focus on that. Let me just do a lasso. With a lasso to just max out this part of the eye, like so. So then I'll give this a new poly group, so I can easily isolate the bigger part and then just do the smaller part, so I can easily and freely move around and then make some corrections to this. So once you're working on your model, you always want to spend, please, very careful, very important. Spend a lot of time on the eyes to kind of capture something realistic for the eyes. Very, very important. So I'm trying to work on the eyes to get something more believable. So I'm kind of accentuating that curve around the eyes, that fold around the eyes. Okay. I need to raise the upper part also. I need to raise the upper part. So, but I'll need to max out the lower parts. Something like carefully, like around, like so. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to start raising this up. With my move topological brush, you can see how the distance in between the eyelid and that fold around the eyelid, upper part of the eyelid. There's a bit distance in there, but ours is just it's not, that distance is not there. So I'm just kind of push this up, kind of create that distance in there. So we can move topological brush gently and carefully. Yeah, this is better now. So gently and carefully pushing that up, raising that up. Gently and carefully raising that up. Okay. Let me see what we have in here now. Let me just push this down and just wrap this around the eyeball. Let's see what we have now. Yeah, this is good, but we still need to make some adjustment to this. So we still need to have that creased fold around it. So I will just dig this in again, like so. Let's see what we have now. I think I pushed that way too high. I think I pushed that too high. Push that way too high. I need to bring that down a bit more. The multiplicator brush, I need to bring this down. Yeah, it feels too angular. It's supposed to wrap around the eye properly. So let me smooth that. Let me work a bit more on that so I can do this correctly. So I'm going to hire a more higher subdivision, just one level higher. So let me just push this down. Push this down. It's kind of wrap around the eye. So with my dim standard brush, I'll carve this in again. Let's see. Let's carve this in to make this a bit deeper. Okay. Let's see what we have. I think I need to make some more corrections to this. So on the lower subdivision level, I'm going to use the move topological brush, kind of pull this down. No, don't do that. Let me look for a better angle to this. Let me find a better angle. Maybe a better angle to this. Maybe somewhere around there should be a better angle for this. Nope, don't undo that. Let me increase the brush a bit. I'm beginning to push and push this down ever so slightly and as gently as I possibly can. Yeah, somewhere around there should be fine. Let's pull this like so. Gently pushing this. Okay. Yeah, I think for the most part this is good. It's coming out quite nicely. Yeah, the eyes needs a lot of love, like a lot of love. Like you need to kind of capture this as closely as you can to the reference image. Okay, just fill this up. Okay, let me bring this. Let me bring all of this back out and just isolate the head. Okay, just checking this now. Something weird. There's something off about that part of the upper part of the nose. I think I need to fix this. Something weird happening there. No, let me see if I can fix that. Let's see. Okay, probably need to move some of this back down. Probably need to move that. Okay. I think we're in a good. I think we're in a good place. We're kind of making progress on this. So, just build this up here. This name just move that out. Yeah, that should be fine. So, next, see you guys in the next lesson.